Hey guys, Bartell's Bookshelf here with something a little different. Today I'm announcing my involvement in the next reading event put on by the Bookish Bryants, which is called Autumn Amour. They were very kind to invite me to be a co-host for this readathon, and as you can probably tell from the title, this month is going to be entirely focused on romance novels, which should be interesting for me because I read some romance and erotica here and there, but it's definitely not my main or like preferred genre. And as anybody who watches my channel knows, I'm always trying new things. I'm wanting to expand my reading horizons, wanting to be as diverse of a reader as I possibly can be. And that's why I love these reading events. That's why I enjoyed Horror Mayhem, which is actually how they heard of me and wanted to invite me. So thank you very much, Bookish Bryants, for your invitation for this event. So this is going to be taking place in September, and we're all going to be reading romance books. Similar to Horror Mayhem, each week has a theme, but of course you don't necessarily have to stick to that theme if you don't want to. The important thing is to just read some romance, expand your horizons a bit, try something new, spread the love of romantic literature out there, just literature in general. So for this video, this is going to be kind of a short video. I'm just sort of announcing my involvement in this event, and I'm going to be talking about the themes of each week and what I plan to be reading for each theme. So as I said, as with Horror Mayhem, there's going to be a different theme every week. Although they're doing something kind of interesting this time, where each week has two themes that you can either pick from one or you can read both, whatever you feel like. So the first week is historical or contemporary, which is self-explanatory. You pick a book that's either historical or set in the past, or contemporary, set in present day. And for this, I decided to go with this book. This is The Henchmen of Zenda by K.J. Charles. This is a gay romance adventure novel that is inspired, obviously, by the very famous novel The Prisoner of Zenda, which I haven't read, actually. I was planning to read Prisoner of Zenda before I got to this, but whatever. But I know kind of the basic plot. It's about a disgraced British officer. There's royalty. There's people disguising themselves as royalty. There's lots of swashbuckling adventure. It's a very, very famous novel. It's been made into a bunch of movies, and this is a gay sort of retelling or reimagining of that. I've heard a lot about K.J. Charles. He actually writes a lot of historical gay romance, so this should be really interesting. And hopefully, if I like it, I will read Prisoner of Zenda, or maybe because we have till September for this event, so maybe I'll read The Prisoner of Zenda before moving on to this in September. So that's my pick. I went with historical. Next is sweet or spicy, which again is kind of self-explanatory, but basically sweet implies sort of low, high romance, low sex. So not so much steaminess, more about kind of the emotions and the romance, sort of fade to black type stuff. And spicy, of course, is the exact opposite of that. It's all the smut. And anyone who knows me knows that when I do read this sort of stuff, I tend to read the smuttier things. So this wasn't difficult for me to pick. And this is also a very popular book, and very much outside my comfort zone because this is actually male-female heterosexual romance. But this is my pick. I went with spicy, and my pick for that is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. I may have talked about this in a book haul. I don't think I did, but I bought this a while ago because this was a very, very popular sort of alien erotica novel. I mean, you can pretty much figure out what it's about. It's about a woman who ends up on an ice planet full of blue-skinned alien barbarians with tails. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm into a bit of a non-human interaction. So this and I was intrigued by this because this went crazy on TikTok. Like that's how this got noticed. It was self-published originally, and it went crazy viral on TikTok. Everybody was talking about it. There's like a whole series now, I think. And last year, I think it was last year. This was republished by Berkeley, which is a major publisher. Yeah, a Jove book, which is part of Penguin Random House. Which is really, really cool. I've never really heard of that, of a self-published romance novel becoming so popular that it gets republished by a major publisher, except for maybe, I don't know, the Captive Prince trilogy or something. But also, the main thing that attracted me to this, aside from, blue alien sex, was that cover art. That cover art's actually really cool. Actually, I don't normally like a lot of romance cover art, especially modern day romance where it's all just the crappy photoshops, but that's really, really pretty. A beautifully painted piece. So yeah, I have no idea if this will be any good or not, but it has something of a reputation, so I'm interested to see if it lives up to that reputation, and if it's as spicy as people say it is. So, and as I said, this is sort of out of my comfort zone because I don't normally read heterosexual romance, so there you go, that should be interesting. The theme for the third week is either haves or have-nots. Meaning either a story about a have, someone who's very rich, very wealthy, very privileged, or a have-not, someone who's the opposite of that, someone who's poor, down on their luck, just sort of the dregs of society, that kind of thing. And for this, I went with the have-nots, and this is a Magebound by Katica Locke. This is a small press gay romance sort of fantasy novel. That my friend Nakia over at Plot Twist gave to me because she couldn't get on with the writing style because I believe it's in present tense. Yep, it's in present tense, and she doesn't really get on with that sort of stuff, but I wanted to try it because it sounded interesting. It's about a slave named Locke who finds himself the property of a new lord, Lord Naven Saktarin, a mage as frightening as he is beautiful. And of course, I'm assuming sexy times happen, so yeah, we'll see what that's like. It's a very short book, not even, about 180 pages, so that should be a quick read, hopefully, and hopefully it'll be interesting. So yeah, that was my choice for have-nots. And then for the final week, it's either traditionally published or independently published, which is self-explanatory. Books that are published by major publishers, traditional routes, or books that are independently published. And as I said, most of these books that I've picked here are independently published, so I really could have gone with any of these, but I decided to go with this book that's been sitting on my desk for a while that seemed really, really interesting. This is Saint by Sierra Simone. This is again a gay romance novel about a priest who is in love with his older brother's best friend, who's now engaged to somebody else, and of course the priest has joined the faith, so he's taken a vow of celibacy, and it's about his struggles with that. With keeping his vows, with keeping the faith, despite all of this temptation. It sounds very interesting. I've never read a romance novel, a gay romance novel especially, revolving around a priest, except for, I guess, Vampire Vow, but that was my first one. So yeah, this should be really interesting. It's a pretty thick boy. It's, almost 500 pages. I actually bought this originally just to have, and then when I went to Nakia, when I went with Nakia to Barnes and Noble a few months ago, like a month ago, I actually saw this on a table for like spicy romance novels, and it had a different cover than this. So I don't know if this has been republished by a major publisher, like Ice Planet Barbarians was, or what. But I did read a little bit. I read the prologue because it's very short, and it's actually really beautifully written. It's a very poetic writing style, very insular, which isn't something I normally see in this kind of stuff. And as everybody who knows me knows that I'm a sucker for a pretty prose style. I love pretty words. So that should definitely keep me going, even if the book itself doesn't turn out to be great. If it's well written, if it's pretty, I can get through it. So yeah, we'll see. So that was my final pick for the final week of Autumn Amour. And there's a few more romance novels here and there that I have around the house that I could fit in. It depends on how fast I get through these, how much I feel like reading. If I get burnt out or not. So yeah, that is the next reading event hosted by the Bookish Bryants, Autumn Amour, in September. And there's a whole bunch of other co-hosts, including me and the Bookish Bryants. And I'll just quickly read them out to you here, and I'll link them in the description. The other co-hosts are The Bookish Knitter, Beach Bum Bookworm, Literary Labors, Berna's Bookish Adventures, The Return Cart, Libraries and Labradors, Very Literary Carrie, and Steve Donahue. So, in good company with a bunch of these other great co-hosts. So I look forward to seeing what everyone else has to read and say, seeing how everybody else gets on with this. If other people are kind of coming into the romance genre for the first time and seeing how they do. And yeah, as always with any of these reading events, if you want to join in, if you want to just have a conversation about this, like that's why we do this. I love talking about books. That's the whole reason I run this channel. So yeah, feel free to join in. And it doesn't just have to be reading romance books. You can interview authors. You can do Instagram stuff. Whatever you feel like. Just let's spread the love. Let's share the love of Autumn Amour. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. I'm actually I know I don't seem like it right now, but I've actually the whole house has come down with COVID, so I'm still recovering from that. So I've been a little bit on the fritz the last couple of days, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm just mostly fatigued, and so I'll be trying to get more videos out soon. I still have to do all these tag video, but and my wrap up, but I will get to those eventually. So yeah, until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.